In today's chat on making design easy to understand, let's try to break down why this combination of objects work well together. This Karnan, in my opinion, is well balanced from a design and comfort perspective. If you look at the different things here, you won't expect them to work. They're just so different. But somehow together, the effect is pretty engaging. So let's talk about why. Dark, moody green sofa. This pillow cover is also green. The lines across this pillow cover are all in different shades of green. And because none of these green stand out too much, so it's not like a neon green or too bright, at least these two, for very good reason, work because they're in the same family of green, right? And think about this blanket, which is a yellow. You'd wonder why this works here. So, really think about the saturation of the color. So this green is very deep, saturated, moody. This yellow is also deep and saturated. It's not like a bright yellow. It's not sunshiny. The other thing to note is there are these beautiful giraffes. These giraffes are very geometrical. Works with the geometrical lines or shapes here. And so it kind of therefore aligns. Also, black and white typically can be considered neutral. I'm going to sit because it's bending for too long. It can be considered neutral. And so they don't really add too many additional colors. Yellow is the only additional color so far. Now you'd wonder why this pillow cover would work in a place like this. You know, when you create a design that's all across very same, you would think that you're creating neutrality, which is true, but it can also be very bland in its neutrality. So if you were to then add something that pops, it's going to create some sort of interest, which is what this pillow cover does. Also, because of the white walls, it creates a little bit more semblance of uniformity. But in this area, this really pops out because of the difference in color. So we have blue and we have white, obviously. We don't have any blue and just a hint of white here. And then the other thing to note is the design of this pillow cover itself is very attractive. You know, we have some geometrical shapes going on, again, matching with this and this. But we also have some patterns of elephants, which kind of work with a pattern of giraffe. So if you really start thinking logically, you'll realize there are similarities across it that your eyes don't immediately notice, but as you analyze, you realize that's why it is. And so even if it's very different, it kind of has some common factors to be considered. And then, of course, like I said, a little pop of change allows for the blandness to be avoided and some more interest thrown in. And that's how you can create an area which feels coherent but is interesting in its layering, in its design choices, in its colors, and keeps you happy.